How is everybody doing today? It is the man in the cowboy hat back with you. Today we're going to be doing the Quartz Crystal, the benefits, the importance. As we continue on our path, we are learning about all the products that we carry here in our store, but it's more about education than it is promoting our products. Yesterday I did an overview of the benefits of crystals overall. And today we're going to be going over Quartz Crystal, which is a certain type of crystal. Quartz is the most popular crystal there is. I mean, first of all, a lot of people, when they think of quartz crystal, they think of something like this. And while that is true, this is a quartz. The fact is, quartz has many different variations of different types. For instance, did you know that amethyst is a type of quartz? Now, for those of you who are new to crystals and don't know what an amethyst is, don't worry, we will get to it eventually. But amethyst, which it's going to be hard for the camera to pick up this, has a purple tint to it. I should have picked one that was more purple. I picked one that was clear. Why did I do that? But amethyst has a purple tint to it. But this one's a good example of how you can tell it is a quartz, because it is a clear, it doesn't have that deep purple that a lot of amethyst have. So that makes sense when you look at this one, that amethyst would be a variation on quartz crystal. But we are not talking about amethyst today. We are talking about a simple yet very powerful quartz crystal. Now, I say that because quartz is the most popular crystal, and for good reason. There are a lot of benefits to quartz crystal. I have more than 15 to 20 minutes worth of stuff on quartz crystal over here. I'm going to try and narrow it down as best I can, but I'm telling you, you might want to pay attention if you're interested in crystals at all, because quartz is the most important crystal there is. There are a ton of incredible crystals, but quartz has with all the different variations, with all the different benefits, with all the different metaphysical properties that quartz has, this is by far the most unique and most important crystal there is. The other ones are important. This one is the one that starts it all. So try to bear with me as we get through some of this. This might end up being a little bit of a longer video, but trust me, the information here is worth knowing. So I'm going to be reading this information. So first off, did you know that quartz crystal was once believed to be an eternal ice sent by the heavenly gods until the late 1500s? Many scholars thought this stone was fossilized ice. It makes kind of makes sense when you look at it. It kind of looks like ice. If you didn't have the scientific abilities we have today, what would you think that was if you came across it? You'd probably think the same thing, right? Quartz crystal is actually a mineral, one of the most abundant minerals in the Earth's continental crust, composed of silicon and oxygen. Quartz can be icy clear or have inclusions, vials, bubbles, and various colors. It is also known as rock crystal, crystal quartz, universal crystal, or clear quartz. And the reason it's considered those different things is because, like I've said, all the different variations that quartz has, you got to specify. If you came into our shop and you said, I'm looking for a quartz, I'm going to know what you're talking about. But the fact is, if you went to a rock show and asked for a quartz, they're going to say, well, what kind of quartz? We have all kinds of different types of quartz. So that's why they have the different. This is obviously a clear quartz. So that's why they have the different names for them. People in the earliest recorded times believed in the magical powers of quartz. Ancient Rome, Egyptian, and Greek civilizations used quartz crystals as potent talismans. The word quartz is thought to come from the German word Quartz, and the word crystal comes from the Greek word kristallos, which means ice. The ancient Japanese believed quartz formed from the breath of a white dragon and regarded it as representing perfection. Quartz has been used throughout history in rain rituals, crystal skulls and spheres, for crystal balls to predict the future since the Middle Ages. We have a crystal ball in our shop that's, it's bigger than my head, and I got a big head. So, and they make them obviously for crystal ball readings, divination. But it's huge, and it's still made out of the same quartz as this point I showed you. So, quartz crystal is a power stone that's prized as a healing stone. It is known as the most powerful healing stone of the mineral kingdom, able to work on any condition. It has been called the universal crystal because its many uses, and it's beneficial for manifesting, healing, meditation, protection, and channeling. It's the most important crystal, I'm telling you. Due to its ability to balance, quartz is excellent for harmonizing and stabilizing one's environment and is helpful in romantic relationships. It is said to amplify healing energy and is particularly effective for chronic fatigue, arthritis, bone injuries, depression, diabetes, fibromyalgia, and intestinal troubles. It is also believed to improve mental and physical energy, stamina, and physical strength. It's the most important crystal. I'm telling you, there's a lot of benefits to quartz. Quartz enhances spiritual growth, spirituality, and wisdom because it clarifies thought processes and emotions. It can increase inspiration and creativity. It can also help with concentration, studying, and retaining what one learns. So, and this kind of gets into the science of, silicone, oxygen molecules. I'm not going to get into that. The main point I wanted to reach here, and I'll go back to this here in a minute. The main point I wanted to reach here is the fact that, like I just talked about, crystals, if you're skeptic, you're skeptic. The only way to answer your skepticism is to try it yourself, and it either works or it doesn't. I'm not going to talk you out of your skepticism, so don't think that's what you're here for. If you are generally curious about these crystals, like I said in my first video, and I suggest you go back and watch that because that's the overview of all crystals. Like I said in that video, the only way to know is for you to come and try it. Find a local crystal shop and get into it. See how it helps. My anecdotal experience has been with black tourmaline. That was one that has a lot of benefits for me, and I just got it. So I love reading I Ching coins. I do it almost every day. We're not getting into what that is. But they are 3 coins that I carry in my left pocket. I wanted a type of stone, because I wanted the experience of crystals. That's not something, I grew up around them with my mom owning a crystal shop, obviously, but I was never, head over heels dived into it. So I wanted to get started, and I asked her what the best stone would be to put with those coins to keep them, quote unquote, cleansed and clean. She told me black tourmaline, so I got one, put it in. As I've gone about my time with this stone, I've had some different, not necessarily experiences, but I found myself with more energy. I found myself with more drive, and I found myself with less depression. I talked about it in my last video. I give a lot of credit to my depression dropping to vitamin D. Vitamin D did awesome for me, but it didn't cure all. But since I've had this black tourmaline, I have yet to have any issues at all. And it ain't like my life's been perfect. I've had issues, but my emotions don't go down that road now. I don't want to blow sunshine up you, but It's almost as if, like, no matter what has happened, I keep seeing a glass half full. That's the best way to say it. It's not like I'm overly excited all the time, like we're just 100% energetic and ready to go, and no matter what bad happens, it's all good. No, but I see light at the end of the tunnel on every situation. I credit a lot of that to that stone. Now, saying a black tourmaline video, we'll be doing that eventually. My point is, though, when it comes to skepticism, I understand. And this worked for me. Will it work for you? I think it will, but you've got to give it a shot. And if you're a skeptic on it, this isn't going to help you. All right, this video is not to help a skeptic, except for to encourage you to go try it yourself. This is just a educational video for people who are into stones and want to know more about them without looking like maybe an idiot when they walk into a stone shop, which I would always encourage you. You're never going to look like an idiot. People come in all the time and ask me questions that, one, seem simple, or two, are even beyond my reach, and I have to do some research myself because I'm not 100% on cue with everything. There are no bad questions. There really aren't, at least when it comes to this. So don't ever feel like you're lost. Anyways, let's get back to it. I'm making the video longer than it needs to be. Get off on my monologues. Okay. Well, that explains what the quartz crystal looks like, which we already know. So we're done with that. Alright. Here's this one. Here's another reason, and this is one that not many people talk about when they're talking about stones, and that is that quartz crystals can be programmed. What does that mean? That's what we're going to see here. Quartz crystals have memory, meaning they can store information. We can program our personal quartz crystals with focused intention, projecting thought forms into the quartz and allowing the quartz to maintain the vibration of the program. Why program your quartz crystal? It can be used for manifestation. Working with the law of attraction, programming the quartz to manifest, create something to come into your life, a new job opportunity, new relationships, etc. So it's almost like an attraction spray. Well, at least the example they're given here. You can literally take a quartz and program it to be your manifestation, to manifest what you want. It can also be used to help and benefit you in healing mind, body, and spirit. We went over that a few minutes ago. Program the quartz to help ease your anxiety or help you to remember your dreams or make you more aware of your intuition. Getting to know your crystal. The goal of programming crystal effectively is to match your vibration with that of the crystal, harmonizing in resonance with the crystal. Encodes your programmed intention, stores it within the crystal, and projects the intention out into the universe. Before programming a quartz crystal, I recommend spending some time with the crystal to attune to its energy. Absolutely, that is 100% right. Once it is programmed with your intention, you can keep it in a specific space in your home or keep it with you all day and near your bed while you sleep. Do not let others touch your quartz during this time. You are attuning to your quartz, aligning your energy to resonate with the energy of the quartz. So, absolutely. When programming a quartz, try to keep it to yourself in terms of keeping the quartz to you. You don't need it going off and finding other energies. I would suggest absolutely keeping it on you. And when you're in bed, keep it like on your nightstand or something close by. Don't just, buy a quartz and then go put it in your room by itself all day while you're off working and expect it to bring you much of anything. That quartz has to align with you. If it doesn't, it's not going to work for you. It's no different than, okay, if you went and, let's say you got a puppy. You're just going to leave that puppy in a cage all day? And when you get home, let it out? and then all day leave it back in the cage. If you do that, that puppy's going to be so wound up when you let it out of the cage, it's going to frustrate you to no end. That puppy is going to go crazy every night when you let him or her out of the cage. A quartz is the same way. Its energy level is going to be like this because it's down here all day, and then you show up. There its energy. You gone all day, shoot up when you get here. It's the same with a dog. Very similar. A dog, you can't attune to your manifestations, maybe, but quartz works in similar ways. You want to have it on you as much as you can. Same with a puppy. You want to work with a puppy as much as you can, because if you do, what's it going to bring you? A great guard dog, a great hunting dog, a great protector, whatever the case may be. A babysitter in some cases. So that's why you want to make sure that you are with your quartz all the time. And here is what you should do when it comes to cleansing your quartz, which you absolutely should do. Clear the crystal of previous programs or any negative energies that have attached to it. Create your program. Decide on intention for the crystal. Be specific. Choose one very specific focused intention. Form one simple statement stating your program in present tense. Make sure you write it down so that you do not forget it. Program crystal with projected thought. It is important to be in a relaxed but focused state of concentration and openness. Focus and relax your gaze on the crystal while clearing your mind of anything but the program statement. Read your written statement to transfer your intention by projecting your thought into the crystal, matching your energy with the crystal and holding focus on your intention. Repeat your statement as many times as you feel necessary in that moment. Feel it. Make sure your energy's bumping. Feel it. Focusing on the crystal. Visualize, sense, or feel your programmed intention on each face of the crystal, imprinting the crystal with your intention. So a face. So this point has many faces. Almost every flat surface is going to be a face. So that's how many times you would need to do it. Continue this until you intuitively feel satisfied that you have filled the crystal with your program. Once again, it's all about energy. It's all about feeling. Maintaining the vibration of the program. Regularly maintaining focused intention further enhances the speed and precision of manifesting the intention you programmed into the quartz. Being in harmonic resonance with the vibration of that which you desire and is how it is manifested into your life. Come back to your programmed crystal as often as you feel drawn to. The more consistently, the better, like I just talked about. Every morning when you wake up, every evening before bed, and reinforce the program. Strengthen its call out to the universe by repeating the program statement aloud or in your mind. You can do this throughout your day, wherever you are. Does not have to be with the crystal, because most importantly, you must hold the vibration of what it is you desire. Practice visualizing and feeling as if you already have or are already experiencing your programmed intention. These suggestions are in some ways to help stay in vibration and harmonic resonance with your programmed intention. So, there are a million other different ways that a quartz crystal is the most important crystal that there is. But we just don't have years worth of time to put into one video. So, also, I want to make sure real quick, can you tell me the difference between these two here? If you've been listening, you would know that this is quartz for sure. But couldn't this be quartz? The fact is, there is a cloudy quartz. You can get quartz that is fairly cloudy like this. This, however, is called selenite. It is not quartz. There is a difference between the two. So make sure when you are shopping for your quartz, you already know what you're looking for, or you know that the person you're shopping with or at their store can help you. It's very important. You do not want to be stuck with a selenite thinking it's a quartz, because they're used for different things, as we will learn as we continue on this path. I hope everybody learned something today about how important a quartz crystal is in the world of crystals. I think tomorrow would be a great idea to do amethyst. It's the next step in kind of the more important ones. It's not necessarily more important, but a lot of people know about quartz or think they knew about quartz. Same with amethyst. Amethyst is a pretty popular one. So I think we're going to go on with amethyst. And maybe we just go in alphabetical order. Maybe we switch it up. I'm more than willing to take some suggestions from you all. Let me know. Anyways, I hope everybody has a blessed rest of your Tuesday. It is December the 13th. And it's beautiful here in Lawrenceburg. I hope it is where you are. We are located in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. This is AUM. It's 329 East Court Street. And I'm Aaron, and I hope everybody has a great day. And if you need anything, feel free to comment or email me here on the Gmail account, and I'll get back to you when I can. Thank you all.